to join class, okay? So, good morning to all. I'll present my screen now. Can you see the screen? Okay, Taiful, okay. Okay, thank you, ma'am. So, last class, we stopped with oral presentation. Now, next we will be starting group discussion and debate. So, these are the topics which we had covered, and self-introduction, etc. of oral presentation. Then presenting visuals effectively. That is, whenever you present something, use visuals so that the audience will be able to understand better, and also it will help them to retain information for a longer period of time. Okay, so the next section, we are going to the next section of this module, that is debate and group discussion. What is group discussion and what is debate? What is the difference between group discussion and debate? And also, what are the ethics to be followed in group discussion and debate? Also, what are the do's and don'ts when you participate in debate and group discussion? These are the main sections that we have to cover in this topic. So, only 53, only 51 I can see here, around 50. Where are the 13 students? Where are the rest? Please tell them to join class. I'll be taking attendance in between, okay? So, now let us move on to the next section, that is Introduction to GD. Now, what is GD? You might have heard of GD. What is GD? What is the expansion of GD? I've written there it is group discussion, isn't it? So, in groups, we are going to discuss something. Some topic will be given, and we are going to, the group members will be discussing about that particular topic. So, what is the advantage of GD? Where we use this GD and all, that is the discussion here. So, let us first move on to the introduction to GD. Okay. So GD is often GDs we come across in a selection process usually. So we can consider it as an interview process, or in an interview process. Usually we attend interviews person in person. That is, a single person will be asked questions by a panel members, and then they will select based on his knowledge or based on his performance in the interview. That another way the people judge, another method for judging or selecting people is through group activities. And one such group activity is group discussion. So this also, GD also is an interview process where a selection is going on. Interview is a process where some selection is going on. So in GD also, it is done for selecting some individual, some capable person for a particular job. So GD is also a selection process, or it can be considered as an interview process, which is done in groups, which is a group activity. So GD is a group activity, which is a part of an interview process. So it is the best tool to select a prospective candidates from among a set of candidates by comparing when different people's when different candidates are involved in this activity. The panel will be able to identify the best candidate by comparing with other candidates. So it is taken from based on a comparative perspective. We'll be looking comparing one candidate with another candidate. They will be able to easily identify the which candidate can do better for their job, or which candidate is better suited for the uh, job position they are offering. So it is the best tool to select a prospective candidates based on a comparative perspective. By comparing with other people, we will be able to find out which person is the best very easily when such a discussion is given. Then it is a methodology used by an organization to gauge. To gauge means to measure whether a candidate has certain personality traits or skills, to find out the personality traits or skills that a person possesses. Then it is a this one, GD methodology can be used. So it is an effective, it is very effective and efficient method for selecting the right candidate for a job, because the person is speaking, the person, we can look at the person's behavior, the person's body language, the person's communication skills, etc. is revealed when people are put into group discussion. So in this methodology, a group of candidates, now what is this GD methodology? In detail, if we look at this methodology, it is a methodology in which a group of candidates will be given a topic or a situation. So first of all, we will select a group of people. Now, when I conduct GD, I will select around 10 to 12, 10 students from among the 63 members in your class. And after selecting this 10 students, I will give you a topic for discussion. I will give you a topic, I'll announce a topic first. Then you have to discuss among yourself, or you have to find out the sources and and collect information regarding that particular topic. So the next step is, after selecting the candidates, a few minutes are given, and given after giving the topic, a few minutes will be given to think about the topic. So after a group of member candidates have been selected, they will be given a topic or a situation. After that, a few minutes will be given to think about the topic. So if it is done offline, then the candidates can sit together and discuss with each other. But since we are conducting in this present scenario, since we are conducting it online, you will be given a topic, and you can either call them or discuss with them on over phone, or you can find out the different sources using from the internet. You can find out the different sources, and then collect information based on the topic given. And then after that, after giving a few minutes to think about the GD, they are asked to discuss the topic among themselves for 15 to 20 minutes. So after thinking about the topic for a few minutes, the group members will be given 15 to 20 minutes to discuss the topic among themselves. And then after that only the GD process commences. Then they will be given their seats, and then they will start the discussion. There will be a moderator to moderate the entire process, and there will be an evaluation panel to evaluate the GD, and marks will be awarded at the end to individual candidates. And based on the marks scored by the candidate, a candidate can be selected for a particular job. So it is another feature of GD is that it is essentially an interactive oral process. Nothing is written. No written mechanism is here. It is only an oral process. Then it is well structured. That is, all process takes place in a systematic manner with proper time schedule. And the GD evaluation is finally done by subject experts based on the discussion. So you'll be given topic to discuss among them yourself for 15 to 20 minutes, and finally the time starts for your final discussion. And in that you will be putting points, you'll be putting forward your own points, and other people will be either supporting you, or they might be opposing you. Anyway, it is just a discussion to impart knowledge and share your ideas to others. it is not to oppose any person or to fight against any person. It is just a discussion among a group of people to share whatever knowledge you have with others. And if you find that somebody is putting forward a good point, then you should support the point also. Okay. So finally, at the end of the discussion, the evaluation panel will evaluate the entire discussion that has been carried out, and a report will be prepared at the end. A report will be prepared after analyzing all the facts that you have discussed. And this in this report, they will analyze the individuals who had put forward productive points and those who were having talked for haven't put forward any useful points, etc. They will mark everything in the report, and finally, based on the report, a prospective candidate will be selected. So this GD, another advantage of GD is that it helps problem solving and decision making. Also, some problem will be put forward to the group members, and they will be trying to discuss how to solve that particular problem and to make decisions. In some certain problems, we might have to take certain decisions and all. So they will discuss together, and finally, certain decisions, productive decisions, can arise out of this GD. And also, this is another way to assess the personality of a person. That is how a person speaks. The behavior, the mannerism of a person, etc., can be revealed when he speaks to a group of people. So, while working in a particular company, the company always wants a good quality person to be hired to their job. So, they always look for the personality of the person whom they are going to hire, and how he behaves in groups, whether he is able to communicate well in groups, and whether he is able to support his team members and also admit his mistakes, etc. All positive nature as well as the negatives which he can overcome will be analyzed in group discussion. So this is about group discussion. Is it clear? Is it clear to you? Hello? Is it clear to you? Okay, it is only a group activity. Group activity for selecting a person, and it is also considered as an interview process. And then in this methodology, there will be a group of candidates who will be given a particular topic or a situation. Then they will be given a few minutes to think about it. After that, they will be given around 15 to 20 minutes to discuss among themselves. And only after that, the final discussion will begin. And the discussion continues for 20 to 30 minutes, and then finally the evaluation panel will generate a report based on the performance of the individuals in the group, and then finally a prospective candidate will be selected. And that is about group discussion. And it is only a discussion among group members, and it is nobody should try to win against the others. It is only to impart knowledge and discuss certain topics with others. So now another form of discussion is debate. You might have seen debate and all in schools. It is taken as it is a competition which we conduct, and by dividing students into groups, and they will be given a topic to discuss, and the aim of this debate is that one group will win over the other group. So now let us see what is the difference between a GD and a debate. Do you know what have anyone participated in debate? Is there any student who had participated in debate? Hello? Can you hear me? Hello? Have anyone participated in debate? No one? No, okay. So usually it is a big competition, a very interesting competition, where students will be divided into two groups, And they will be given a topic. One group will be speaking for the topic, one group will be speaking against the topic. And finally, whoever put forward good points, like if the topic may be, majority of the points may be for the topic in certain cases, but the person who is speaking against the topic, if he is able to put forward good points, then there is a chance that he can also win. So it depends on the thinking. They have to think and find out the points that support them. So whereas GD is not a competition where somebody wins. A debate is a competition, whereas GD is only a discussion, group discussion. So let us see the difference between a GD and a debate. The difference between a group discussion and debate. So first, it is an exchange of opinion. As I said, it is only a discussion. So here, what happens is exchange of opinions and ideas among people is what is happening in GD. That is, whatever I know, I am sharing it with other people. And if I have any opinion to express, I will share it with other people. And that is what is happening in GD. Whereas in debate, it is a form of formal contest of argumentation between two people or groups. It is a form of, there is an argumentation. There will be arguments going on between two people or groups. One person will be against the topic given, another group will be for the topic given. And so they will be putting forward points to justify themselves trying to win. So that is debate. Then one difference. So GD is only an exchange of ideas, whereas this is an argumentation process. Then the second point is people express their views not only do not without having any two opposing sides. They don't oppose anything. They will be putting forward their views and they will be speaking whatever is right for the point and whatever is wrong for the point, just a discussion. Whereas so people express their views without and they do not have any opposing sides. Whereas here there will always be two opposing sides. One group will be for something for the topic, and another group will be against the topic. And the situation you come across even in your classrooms also. Some people will be when some topic is put forward for discussion, some students will be speaking against the topic. Someone will be for the topic or for the situation, etc. That is a simple form of debate which we come across. That is opposing opinion between two parties. That is debate. So when we conduct it as a competition, we call it as debate. So the third difference is do not have a conclusion. GD, the group discussion, they do not have a conclusion. That is, they will end the discussion in a tidy and neat manner. There is no accepted ending. There is no tidy accepted ending. This will never end because it is only a discussion and there is no conclusion for GD also. But here there is often a conclusion. That is, one side is declared as the winner and another side will be the loser. So one side will be the winner, or the proposal being debated will be either accepted or rejected. Whatever topic is being discussed, finally either it is accepted or it is rejected, and one side will be considered as the winner and another side will be the loser. So there is a conclusion for debate, whereas there is no conclusion. They do not have a conclusion. GD do not have conclusion. So that is the third difference. Then the fourth one is it is more formal than debate. That is, whatever is given to them, they are given a particular time, they are given a particular topic, and it is more informal. That is, it's only a discussion. And whereas in debate, there it is more formal. That is, if one party is given a particular time to speak, After the particular time, the next turn goes to the opposing team. So there is a formal discussion. There are formal since it is a game, or it is a since there is a winner and a loser. There are rules to be followed when we perform debate or when we conduct debate. Whereas in GD, anyone can speak anytime, just express the opinion. So we considered it as informal. GD is informal, whereas debate is formal. So just remember, GD is informal because it is only a discussion. Debate is formal because we have to find out a winner. So some rules should be there. So it is always formal. Then next is the purpose of GD. What is the purpose of GD? It is just, as we said earlier, it is for sharing knowledge or information or experience and opinions. We are just sharing knowledge, or we are sharing some information, or we are sharing some experiences or some opinions. Whereas in debaters, they try to persuade, they attempt to persuade the listeners and the opposite side, and they express that their opinion is correct. They attempt to persuade the listeners. They are trying to make the listeners and the opposing side understand that their opinion is correct. So whatever happens, the debaters, one group will be fighting for making their opinion correct, and the other side will be trying to oppose against the opposite team to make their decisions wrong. So they are just trying to persuade the listeners and trying to express that their opinion is correct. Then the last one is they are not usually competitive. That is, it's not done as a competition. It is only a selection process. Maybe one or two, or maybe 50% of the people may be selected. So that depends on the requirements of the job or the selection process. So it is not usually conducted as a competition. It is only a selection process, whereas debate is a competition. That's why we said there is a winner and a loser. So these are the main differences between a GD and a group discussion. And this is a very important question. So did you understand the differences? Did you understand the differences? Any doubt? Hello? These are the simple things which you can just read and understand. Okay. Did you understand what it is? What group discussion is and what GD is? Okay, can you tell at least 2 points related to GD and the differences between GD and group discussion? Anyone? Anyone can say, or you can type in your chat box. What is the difference between a GD and a group discussion? Okay, very good, Nainika. GD is informal. Okay. And what about debate, Nainika? What about debate? Debate is formal. Okay. Okay, next. Akarsh, debate is competitive. I can't see your messages. Wait, let me check. Okay. Trifle says doesn't have a conclusion. Okay, GD doesn't have a conclusion. So what about debate? No, okay. Akash says debate is competitive. Yes. The other one is only a discussion, isn't it? Okay. So Taiful, you said it doesn't have a conclusion. GD doesn't have a conclusion. So what about debate? What about debate? Okay. Okay, debate has a conclusion. And what is the conclusion in debate? You should say what the conclusion is. Debate does not. The debate has a conclusion. So what do we conclude in a debate? Taiful, what is that conclusion in a debate? You can get it? Did you get it? There is a conclusion in a debate, which means one person becomes the winner and another group will be a loser. Isn't it? At the end, certain points will be accepted. Will have more weightage than certain other points than the opposing points. So one group will be declared as the winner and another team will be the loser. Okay. Is it clear? Is it clear? Right, Will? Okay, okay. So I had said many points. Just go through these points anyway. You have said the important points. Now, now, while we are participating in GD, what are the do's and don'ts of participating in GD? When you're participating in GD, you will come across, of course, in the final year, you will have to face GD when you're going for interview process and all, especially in companies, we are going to for campus selection and all. Usually, the one round of selection will be GD only. Okay. So you have to read through the points, these points, whenever you go for an interview or GD the group discussion. So let us see what are the do's and don'ts. What you should do in a GD, what you should not do in a GD. That is you have to consider do's and don'ts that has to be followed in a GD. So do's of participating in GD. 1 minute, please. 1 minute. So, what are the do's of participating in GD? That is, now listen to these points carefully. Okay, what all you can do in a GD? First point is that listen to the subject carefully. Once you have given the subject, you have to speak about the subject. So, if you want to speak about the subject, you should listen to the subject carefully. Then, once you listen to the subject, you will be given 2-3 minutes to think over. So, during that time, write down your thoughts on a paper. So you should be ready with a pen and a paper. Write down your thoughts, whatever come to your mind. You should write down on a paper. Then finally, the discussion process will be there to discuss among your team members and then initiate the discussion. A third point says that you can initiate, you can begin if there are 10 students in a group or 10 candidates in a group. If you want to initiate the discussion, then you should know the subject well. Only if you know the subject well, you should initiate the discussion. Then, next point is listen to others if you don't know the subject. If you are not aware of what is going on, or if you are not aware of this, you don't know the subject in detail, just listen sometime to what others are speaking so that you will get points over from that. And then only speak. Then next is support your points with some facts and figures. If you're putting forward some points, use some facts that had happened or use some figures, any numbers that you come across in newspapers or journals, etc. And use those figures to support your points. Then next is make short contribution of 25 to 30 seconds. Okay, don't take much of the time because everyone has to speak. So just make contribution of 25 to 30 seconds. Don't take more time because you have to let others also speak. You have to give chance for others to speak. So don't go on speaking for a longer time. Just take 25 to 30 seconds. And also, when you interrupt, you should take only 3 to 4 chances in that discussion. Don't always try to speak and oppose others. Always, you must make short speeches, but you can take it 3 to 4 times. You can have 3 to 4 chances. So make short contributions of 25 to 30 seconds, and you can take around 3 to 4 chances in the overall discussion. Then give others a chance to speak. That is why the time is limited to 25 to 30 seconds so that you can give others a chance to speak. Then another thing you should keep in mind is speak politely and pleasantly, because your personality is also judged for selection process. So don't be rude or rough. Always speak politely and pleasantly. Then respect contribution from other members. If other members are speaking very good points, support those points and respect their contribution. Then if you have anything to disagree, if you don't disagree with certain points, just disagree politely. Your manners counts a lot in group discussion, so you have to disagree politely and agree with what is right. If somebody is saying the right thing, agree with them. If you have something to oppose, then you should disagree politely, very politely, and not rudely or roughly. Then, finally, summarize the discussion if the group has not reached a conclusion. If you can summarize the entire discussion, try to summarize the discussion. If the group have not reached any, there is no particular conclusion for it. So, at the end, someone will have to conclude the discussion. So, if you want, yeah, if you know, if you would like to conclude, you can summarize the point discussion. So, is it clear? These are the important things that you can do in a GD when participating in a GD. Is it clear? Is it clear to you? I don't think there is much of any sentence that you couldn't understand. There is no difficult sentences that you could included here. Okay, so these are the do's of participating in GD. Now let us see the don'ts. Don'ts means what you should not do when participating in a GD. If you are going to participate in a GD, you should keep in mind these two things, the do's of GD, don'ts of GD. And don'ts mean that what you should not do while participating in GD. That is, the first point, don't initiate the discussion if you do not have sufficient knowledge. That is what we said in do's section. Let us initiate the discussion of only if you have knowledge about the subject. In don'ts, we say, don't initiate the discussion if you do not have sufficient knowledge about the given topic. Then, do not speak, intervene and snatch others' chance to speak. If somebody is speaking, don't intervene in between. Only when he stops, you can speak. So, do not speak or intervene or interrupt and snatch others' chance. That is, you should not take more time to speak. You should give chance for others also to speak. Then, next point, don't argue and don't shout during GD. Don't try to argue. You just express your point. It is only a discussion. And if you don't disagree, as we said earlier, disagree politely. So don't argue and shout during GD. Then next is, don't look at evaluators or a particular group member. There will be evaluators evaluating your performance. So don't look at the evaluators, or don't focus your eyes on a particular group member. You have to look at everyone. You should have eye contact with all the group members. So don't look at evaluators or a particular group member. Then next is, don't talk irrelevant things. Only those who are to the point should be discussed. Don't talk irrelevant things and distract the discussion. Talk only relevant things. Then next, don't post negative body gestures. Negative body gestures. Now, what are these negative body gestures? You should always keep in mind, not only in a group discussion, but also when you behave in public. What are these negative body gestures? Like touching the nose, leaning back on the chair while speaking, then knocking the table with a pen. I think most of them will simply tap the table with a pen while speaking to others. These are all disturbing things, disturbances in communication. So don't do such things when you're in a group, whether in group discussion or when speaking to others. Don't post such negative body gestures like touching the nose, leaning back on the chair, then knocking the table with a pen. And sometimes some people, they go on keeping moving their legs frequently. So don't do such things. Sit straight and be serious in your discussion. Then next is, don't mention erratic statistics. There is no statistics. Too much of statistics is disgusting for the listeners. Then don't display low self-confidence with shaky voice and trembling hands. Don't express your uh, don't be uh, don't reveal your tension to others. Don't be in a shaky voice, and also don't tremble your hands. Okay, these are the things that people look at you, whether you are a capable person or not, whether you will be able to handle things efficiently. If you are a tensed person, then of course they will not. Nobody will prefer to give a job position to such people. So you should be always smart. Always try to accept things, without speak confidently, and that is what is meant here. Then don't try to dominate the discussion. Okay, when you're in a group discussion, don't always try to dominate the discussion. Then don't put others in an embarrassing situation by asking them to speak if they don't want to speak. Don't, if somebody is not speaking, if he is not planning to speak, but if you're telling him to, forcing him to speak, then it is such things, it should not be done in a group discussion. Only if he is interested, only if he voluntarily speaks, then let him speak. Don't ask him to speak if he's not interested in speaking. So don't put others in an embarrassing situation by asking them to speak if they don't want to speak. Okay, so these are the points that should be kept in mind in when you're participating in a GD. That is the don'ts of GD, the what you should not do when participating in a GD. Is it clear? Is it clear to you? Hello. So can you say some of the points, some of the don'ts of GD? What are the don'ts of GD? What you should not do in a GD? Anyone? A few points? Nobody has written down any points? Okay, Siddharth, don't argue. Very good. Don't post negative body gestures. Very good. Then, Adarsh. How many points were there? So put today's date and write down all these main points, okay? I'll be checking your notes at the end. I'll be telling you to upload your notes at the end. So don't post negative body language. Nobody else understood any of these points. They were simple points. Do not interrupt, yes. Do not interrupt when others are speaking. Okay, Anurag, don't suppress others. Let others speak. Okay. Whatever idea they have, let them speak. If you can support them, support. Otherwise, if you oppose them, then oppose it politely. Then, next point. Only if you know the subject, you should initiate the discussion. Otherwise, you should not initiate the discussion. Also, if you don't know the subject well, then try to listen to what others are saying for some time. And then finally, when you have understood the situation, you can speak. Yes, keep eye contact with everyone. Don't just focus on a single person in a group, and also don't look at evaluators. Yeah, don't force others to speak up. Yes. Okay, Akshara, don't talk irrelevant things. Okay, very good. Okay. So these are the points that you should keep in mind when you are participating in a GD. So before going for a GD, just look at these points. It will give you some information, or it will give you some information on what you should do and what you should not do in a GD. So and also in a GD, don't try to dominate others. Okay. So now please take your attendance. Say your attendance. Number 1,
Present.
2,
Present.
number 2. Now continue your numbers.
3, 4,
5,
6,
7,
8,
9,
10,
11,
12,
13,
14,
14,
absent. 14,
14,
okay. Next,
15,
continue. 16,
17,
absent. 16,
18,
7. Okay, next. 19,
19,
okay.
20,
21,
That is 22. 22, absent. Next,
23, 24,
25,
26, 27,
28,
29, 30,
31, 32,
33,
34,
35,
36,
36,
36. Okay, okay.
37,
38, 38, absent. 39,
39,
okay. 40,
41,
42, 43,
44,
45,
46, 47,
48,
49,
50,
51,
52, 53,
54,
55,
56,
57,
okay.
58,
59,
60,
61,
62,
63,
62, absent. Okay, 63. So absent is number 16. 62 present. Pranav. Okay. Number 16, absent. Number 28. Number 22 present, isn't it?
22%.
Okay. 28, absent. 28. Number 28. Okay. 28 absent. Then number 38 present, isn't it?
38%.
Okay. 40. 40. 40. Absent. Number 62 present. So absent is number 16, 28, and 40. So thank you all, and I wish you all a very happy Onam. Thank you very much.